What is going on YouTube? Heading back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. So guys, if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I highly suggest that you do. But basically in yesterday's episode, we pretty much covered everything that I'm going to repeat in today's video. As you guys know, for the most part, cryptocurrency and the S&P 500, well, the S&P is closed on the weekends, and cryptocurrency usually falls stagnant on the weekends because its brother, the stock market, is pretty much trading side or is closed right now. So you don't really see much volume happen in any of these. But I believe yesterday's video should cover pretty much everything that we discussed, and I'll go over it in today's episode again. But you can see so far with the thumbnail that we've drawn here, we do have a descending fractal here with 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmations of correction. Every time we retest this purple band here, you can see we end up pulling lower, and you can see we're doing that same exact thing as I speak. Now, I want to dive right into the technical analysis because you guys always comment that I should spend more time on the technical indicators and the charts than anything else. So that's what we're going to be doing here. But as you guys can see, within XRP here, we are starting to slide lower. As you can see yesterday, today is obviously doing nothing but trading sideways. That's expected. Stock market's closed. We pretty much see low volume here. But you can see yesterday, Saturday, today, Sunday, we're really just trading sideways here. There's very little movement, and we are just kind of flatlined out, which is expected and anticipated. By no means was I, expecting anything else to happen right now. But we do have to talk about what is happening right here and what's going to be happening moving forward for XRP at the end of this weekend, which is in a couple of hours. You can see jumping to the weekly, we have about 10 hours left before we pretty much confirm this a breakout failure, and we go in for a short position here and short this to the downside. But more information on this later on in today's video. We are going to be looking at Ethereum, which broke bearish outside its uptrend here, Bitcoin, which broke bearish outside its ascending fractal here, and then the S&P, which broke bearish from its top resistance here, starting to slide lower. As you guys can see, 4 charts that we have are all confirming and pointing us in the direction of a swing to the downside here, a drop in price and a dump to the downside, which screams to me time to be getting in for a short position. But I'll be going over everything with you here in a second. With that all being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's video. First, before we dive into the technical analysis, I just really quickly want to talk about my second channel here. As you guys can see, we just managed overnight to hit over 1,000 subscribers, which is blowing my mind. I'm actually shocked that we managed to do that, and I'm just that much closer now to getting this channel monetized, which is incredible, and I'm super happy. As you guys can see, what's really blowing this channel up is my previous video that I made a couple of days ago here, how rebuilding supercars made him a millionaire, has gotten almost 8,000 views, and it's really starting to blow up today, which is incredible here. It's super exciting to see that this is working, but it's helping me gauge what content I should be making moving forward. So I am excited to go more in depth about this and explore this channel here, posting things that I enjoy. But the fact that we're over 1K and more than halfway now close to getting monetized is definitely pretty awesome. But with that being said, definitely make sure to check out my second channel if you haven't already. Link in the description. But diving into the technical analysis, you can see top 10 cryptos are pretty much consolidating right now. You can see for the most part, we're up 0.5%, but really for the most part, nothing is happening. You can see since last week, we started to see a major downtrend. Now we're flatlining out, major downtrend, flatlining out, and major downtrend. Pretty much everything has pretty much fallen back down to bottom supports and are now trying to, are now trading sideways, stagnating to the right, as you can see here. And this is mainly because the stock market is closed. Jumping into cryptocurrency, I'm going to talk about XRP here. We have some important things. Today is definitely an important thing to talk about. As you guys know, we have this major resistance in purple here, and a couple of weeks ago, this was back in November here, so a month ago, we were talking about when we should be buying in, and you can see we started to notice here a pennant flag forming. Big, beautiful break to the upside here, forming a descending triangle, filling in the gap. We had a major resistance in purple, major support in green here, and then we saw the prime breakout to the upside here, which is a bull trap here, but it was beautiful. We saw this run, and we were like, oh my God, don't fall for the break to the upside just yet. We need to see how we close in the weekly because there's chances we can reverse back down. We've closed in the past here above this major purple band, and it could easily reverse us into a downtrend here. You can see in the past here, there's been numerous occasions where on the daily charts we have closed above here, and we thought we were going to be breaking bullish, and we immediately get rejected and correct down. So I was a little worried, a little skeptical that that was going to be the break, and of course it isn't, and we start to slam to the downside here, correct to the downside. Here we are forming what appears to be a symmetrical triangle off a side or off a dump, and here we are again filling in the gap, retesting this major resistance. What really stands out on XRP as we jump to the weekly charts here, you can see what it is that becomes crystal clear on how to trade this crypto. You can see very clearly where our downtrend is, where the downtrend is right here, where the weekly candles are, how they close and interact with this resistance here. You can see consistently the amount of times we've wicked above it, or wicked to retest it, or wicked above it again, and have had no success closing above that resistance. But we've made it very clear that if at any point, which we will moving forward in many months later, I don't know when exactly, but so on and so forth, as we slowly move forward, at some point we are going to be breaking bullish. At some point we are going to break through this purple band, that purple resistance here, and break us to the upside, because it is due for that very soon. We are due to break to the upside here, retest 70-80 cents, but that could easily take us into into 2023, and it will take us into 2023. But for right now, the fact is, the second we close today, which is in 10 hours, below this major resistance, which will confirm rejection here, I can very easily see us falling down to 30 cents here. Very easily. Even if it's 5 cents, it does open up a prime opportunity to short this here. But with the rejection, which seems to be happening here, just not going to have enough strength to break through this, we are going to fall down to bottom support at 30 cents, most likely, maybe even lower down to 20 cents here. And that's what you guys have to be paying very close attention to. And when we do decide to break in 10 hours, which we will, if we close where we are today, which we most likely will, we will see a drop to the downside, which will be about a 11% drop down to 31 cents here. Obviously, we could take advantage of this on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. You can buy long, sell short, leverage trade, create stop losses, take profits. They offer a demo account, which is awesome, 100K Monopoly money to test your skills with 0 risk. But they even offer XRP, which really not many exchanges has. So make sure to check them out down in the description below. If you do sign up with a link completely free down below, click mystery box once you sign up to earn free crypto, which is awesome. Make sure to check it out. Big things coming to Bityard too, which is exciting. But moving forward, moving away from XRP, because we've talked about this, and we're finally getting the movement here come today. Moving forward, you can see Ethereum here has starting to reject off this major resistance, offering a buy-in opportunity. You can see we've had a beautiful uptrend, creating higher lows and creating higher highs, getting very close to retesting this resistance here. And then we break bearish, and we fall not only below our sideways channel here, we break below this and are now trending at 11.6. So there's a very big chance come this week we are going to fall down to 1,040, and the same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke clearly off this major downtrend. This typically has a bearish bias. Major dumps forming ascending fractals have bearish biases to correct lower here. So there's a very good chance we are going to be breaking 16, and we could easily fall much lower, which is not what we want to see happen here, but there's a big chance that that's going to come. We could easily see an 11K Bitcoin, which I know is scary, but there's a very big chance come the next couple weeks that could happen. And the reason and the most concerning thing for this is based off the S&P, the way these markets were reacting. The unfortunate part is we had a beautiful downtrend, a break to the downside, forming a beautiful ascending fractal here, which is a bearish bias. We are screaming that this is the top here. Major resistance here. This is just a big cluster F of just problems here. Not only do we have an uptrend, we have a downtrend, we have price ceilings, we have overbought, we have breaking through our major uptrend here. Everything screams rejection off this resistance. We have weekly moving averages here. This is screaming rejection. And now that we're starting to see it happen here, there's a very big chance we are going to pull down to 3,700 this week. And there's even a bigger chance we could pull down to 35. That's the goal. My hope is that this is, if we are going to be correcting lower, which is inevitable here, inside our ascending fractal, the goal is for a soft landing that the government is able to manage, and that the lowest point we go down to is a previous price that we were at, which is 3,500. And hopefully this is the lowest point we move to, probably into, wow, this is a while from now, January, February, March. You're going to be into April here. Who knows how long this is going to be, but there's a very big chance we could easily skew lower here. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, But let's get a quick price range or date range of how long this original drop was. This was about a 8-bar, 56 days. This small little drop here was a 56-day drop. So if we extend that to the start here, it's going to extend us out into January or February of 2023. So my ideal thought is we can do something like this, where we pull down like this, and hopefully this is it, and then we can start to rally back up, because that would look incredible here. My scary thought is, are we going to see this, or are we going to see this? I don't know. There's 3 levels of uncertainty here. My goal is that we don't see, my hope, I'm praying, is that we don't see the bottom one here, because this would very much signal previous drops here back when we had the pandemic here. And I don't think we're in that situation right now. We've been in it for a while. So I'd like to mitigate this and say these are the possible 2 things that we see coming here. A new break to the downside here, down to 3,200 points, which would scream a price drop, a continued drop of about 33%, sending us into a bear market. Currently, we're out of a bear market. Currently, we're at about 19%. We're not in a bear market just yet, but we are going to most likely enter that very soon. Again here, there's a good chance that we could pull down to this 3,200 points or 3,560. My goal is for a soft landing from the Feds here, because most likely in another couple months, we're going to see multiple more federal rate hikes and so on and so forth, but hopefully it causes a slow movement here. And hopefully what we see now is a slower recovery, or a faster recovery, that this could be it. We're back inside, finally, this channel here, a channel that we've been using for a very long time. But ideally, what's probably going to happen is maybe a pullback like this, or even a pullback like this, and then we start to slowly consolidate back up, you know, a slow and steady movement that ends us being at, you know, previous highs and all-time highs at the end of 2024 into 2025 here. That would scream the highest point. 2025, we'd be back at all-time highs here, and things would have been cleared up. But it takes a while because it's the stock market here, but these are all screaming bullish opportunities. I think moving forward here, we are going to scale lower, down to 3,500, the lowest point. Hopefully that's the double bottom, then because we could do the same thing. We don't need to head to here to do the same thing. We could easily head here and start moving back inside the sideways channel. But there's a lot of uncertainties here that I don't know, but I do know pretty fairly is that we are going to be pulling lower, but we'll see where it goes. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.